On this episode of Balls Deep, Brian and I are going to get balls deep into the last episode of what season?
Season 5.
Season 5 of The Walking Dead. We love the show. Comics are... I love the show. Brian likes the show.
I'm okay with it at times.
We both agree on the comic books being badass. So kudos to you for the comic books. The show has its moments. We all know season 1 was pretty groundbreaking, pretty awesome. Season 2 left a lot to be desired. The only good episode was probably the second to last and last episode of that season. Third season ramped up. Fourth season had a lot of really awesome moments. A lot of real good episode cliffhangers. This season,
first 3 episodes
were pretty epic.
Incredible. You had the Terminus episode.
Oh, God, that was so epic.
Then you had the story with the cannibals for the next 2 episodes with that epic fucking slaughter in the church. Mm-hmm. And you were like, this is badass. This show is finally no more filler episodes. We're just gonna have jam-packed. And then the remaining of the first half of the season was just kind of okay. We're back to wandering and bickering.
Beth's character was, she was fun once she started, once she got her head out of her ass and started acting like an adult. But the whole side story with getting her back was long-winded, to say the least.
It was long-winded. It was kind of interesting to see the whole hospitals thing. To kind of get a little different perspective on how another group of people is going about this. And I thought that the cop, the cop lady, she was an interesting kind of diverse, multi-layered character. There was she wasn't just kind of the stagnant, evil bitch.
And it also allowed Rick's character to, Rick Grimes' character to come out a little bit more, because if you remember, he sat there and said, I wanted to kill her. I was going to kill her no matter what. So we get to see a little bit more of Rick's dark side. And as the season progressed, we got to see a lot more of that dark side, and especially with this last episode, this 90-minute episode, which is why we are here talking to you.
I'm gonna go and say that this was probably their worst season finale.
Oh, absolutely agreed.
By a considerable margin. I had a hard time falling asleep last night just because I was so wound up and angry about some of the decisions that they made.
Each episode so far almost every episode that I've seen, just a regular season episode, leaves me hanging on the edge of my seat going, oh my God, I have to wait another week to watch this.
This felt like the second to last episode.
This should have been,
this felt like the build up to
the last episode.
A climactic season finale. Stupid thing a character does, number 1. This dude's one job is to watch the gate.
You have one job, Paul.
Make sure
one job.
Whenever the gate's open, it's closed again. And here this random dude Gabriel who goes wandering out, comes back in,
looks
and the
shady
dude goes,
as shit the entire time.
Hey, can you close the gate for me? I'm gonna leave. Number 2. Gabriel basically goes to the lady, forget her name, the leader.
Oh, the leader, Deborah or Debbie or whatever.
Okay, so Gabriel goes to Debbie, the leader, Deborah, whatever. Tells her, hey, reckon this group of people are evil. They shouldn't be in here. Maggie, we see in the staircase, overhearing
everything.
Does Maggie inform any of the rest of the group that Gabriel is
shady as shit
trying to get them basically kicked out of this new sanctuary? No, she stares at him through a window with a pissed off look on her face, and there's that scene where she tries to appeal their case, but at the same time, it's like, wouldn't you want to let your people know what's going on? I felt like that was the whole point of her overhearing it. It's like, what's the point of that if that plot line isn't even going to go anywhere meaningful. Because then when you get to the climax, when they're having the big roundabout meeting, and that's when Deborah says, Gabriel told me. Deanna. Well, yeah.
Sorry, Deanna.
Deanna reveals what Gabriel said, and there's like no reaction to any of the group.
Yeah, they're just like
there's
meh.
no like shock. They're just like,
oh my God, Gabriel said what
no,
about us?
They just sit there like
they already knew it, as if Maggie
it's like
had
was
told them.
there a plot line that just got cut here? Stupid thing number 2. Stupid thing number 3. Daryl and this the guy Alan. They're trekking along. They find these big semi-containers. Trap gets set off. They're filled with zombies. You're telling me that these zombies were dead silent?
Dead silent.
Like what? 4 containers?
Yeah.
Full,
3 or 4 containers.
filled to the brim.
Tractor trailers filled.
Not one noise. And before you give me that shit of, well, there was no humans
sleeping.
around, so they just wouldn't be making any noise. How many times have we seen shots of just random zombies wandering around the woods and they're just nothing, dead silent.
Dead silent.
No footsteps, no shuffles.
And they weren't quiet when they were walking around.
Like it was that same stupid scene with when Daryl and Beth were in that house after the whole prison thing, and Daryl just walks up to the front door, opens it, and there's a giant horde of zombies, and you're like, really? Not one noise?
And here, I'm sorry that we've kind of gone off topic for everything. We're supposed to be talking about a specific episode, but we're talking about the entire show. But I have a problem with this. All the zombies are dead silent until they pounce. But if we see
until
them,
it's necessary to create a scare,
a jump scare is what it's called
for the audience. These things are the least stealthiest fucking things on the planet.
Yeah.
And every time one of them sneaks up on a character, I go bullshit.
Exactly.
Immediately. Daryl would have been cautious of those cargo containers. He would have been like...
He was a little cautious, but he let...
You don't just pound on them. See if you hear scuffling inside, which we've seen him do before when they go into houses and stuff like that, and what they did at the gate.
At the gate, yeah.
Okay, so the 4th thing. Glenn following the douchebag out into the woods.
Whatever his name is, Nate or whatever.
First of all, doesn't tell anybody where he's going. Second of all, gets shot, gets wounded, kind of disappears. This dude grapples with another zombie. Does Glenn, I don't know, have like a rock with him to just knock the dude out immediately?
No.
No, he, wounded, just kind of burrows into him and gets his ass kicked almost immediately. And this is all building to the overall, what the message of this second half of the season has been, is that this is a group of survivors. These are people that have been through so much shit that they are hardened survivors, which the people of Alexandria are not. That's the big contrast. Yeah. So why are these hardened survivors making stupid rookie decisions of people that would only make if they had never been in this environment before? Glenn's a survivalist as well. He clearly doesn't know how to get the upper hand suddenly on a person who's trying to kill him.
Yeah.
When he's wounded, all he does is just kind of run into the guy and hope that he gets the upper hand. It's like, if you want to show people that these are hardened survivalists who know what they need to do to survive, then you need to show them doing that.
Yeah. And not just Rick.
Not just Rick, who doesn't bother to call or anything when he's being attacked by 4 zombies at once.
Yeah.
This show has consistently, more so than any other show, completely sabotaged
the character development.
Sabotaged character development. Not only that, but consistency in character action just for the sake of a plot point to be made. It's almost as if the plot point always comes first, and the character just needs to do whatever the character has to do, no matter how irrational or how out of character it is for them, just to get to that plot point, which is bad writing. That's the characters drive the plot.
Not the plot.
The characters. Breaking Bad, great example of the characters always driving the plot, not the other way around. Deanna's husband's death is such a fucking throwaway, like, last minute cheap shocker.
Yeah, I bet you anything that the scriptwriters were sitting there going, okay, it's almost the end of the episode. We need to get rid of some. We need to change Deanna's mind emphatically.
We need to change Deanna's mind in 2 seconds.
We need to have her not just understand, but fully embrace the fact that Rick is right and Rick needs to be in charge of the group, of the town. How are we going to do that? Why don't we have the antagonist of the town of these past couple episodes, the antagonist, come in and cause a scene and kill Deanna's husband? Oh my God, that's so great. That's the best ever. Let's do this. Yay! No,
it doesn't.
No.
It doesn't
that
feel
was
forced or.
Yeah, that was in a show that doesn't need.
In a show that had 90 minutes.
Yeah, in a show that gave the last episode of the season 90 minutes to play around with. There was an awful lot of nothing going on and an awful lot of forced action. Now, we all know that The Walking Dead, you have to throw your zombie kills in there. You know, you have to have your annual or usual quota of zombie deaths, which they did. They definitely did that. But, I mean, come on, really? And I'm sorry, but when Rick goes and shuts the gate, it's sunny. The sun looks like it's maybe 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Yep. And it's fucking sunny as shit.
Yes, and then it's night.
And then he runs down the street, and all of a sudden, everybody's gathered at Deanna's house. There's a fire going, and it's fucking pitch black.
So you're telling me that 4 walkers have been roaming around this
for hours?
This 5 square block?
Yeah, it's not a big
area.
Town. It's very small. Did not Rick and Michonne and Sasha and Glenn all say that there needs to be somebody in the tower? Okay, we know that the town needs to have a town meeting for what Rick did, but you still need to have somebody in the tower. Where was somebody posted? Nobody was posted in the tower. And our point is that the action was forced. It was a lackluster episode, and for people
the plot lines were forced. Characters suddenly became not just stupid. It was like they completely went against their own ideas that they had been setting up. It was like the whole thing that they were hammering home was Rick's group is survivalists. They know what needs to be done to survive, and all of them forgot all of that.
Yeah.
This episode, just for the sake of, we already have these plot points written, so just these characters have to do whatever they have to do to make these things happen.
There were some good points to the end of the episode. There was a whole bunch of shit that happened in the middle of the episode. Yeah,
it's kind of everything happened. Everything you see happens the last 5
And that's what pissed me off. I watch it on my computer. I'm into the show, and I move my mouse a little bit to look at the bar. 20 minutes into the episode, I feel like I should have been 5 minutes into the episode because there was so much pointless BS that was going on. AMC, I really hope that next season, for season 6, you guys come out and don't bore us with any filler episodes. Go balls to the walls.
AMC, it would be great if maybe you could put some more money into your highest rated show to maybe get some better writers, but I see that instead you've just decided to put that money into a spin-off show in hopes of just getting more money.
In LA.
Instead of just focusing on delivering the best product that you can with what you already have.
Well, in conclusion, this was not a very good episode, period, and it was an even worse season finale. So, you've heard it here from us. I'm Peter.
I'm Brian.
This is Balls Deep. Salute.